All right, it's Clinton from CNC Equipment. We got Mr. Hunter back there too. I had a lot of people asking about my truck and trailer. I actually have two trailers. So I was gonna do a little walk around on the truck today. I actually got some new binders. A lot of people have been commenting, how come I don't have speed binders? Well, now I got some. I actually had these dudes ordered for about 3 months. They've been on intergalactic back order like everything else. So I actually just used 4 of them a while ago. They seem like they're gonna be pretty handy. Actually come across these. Mike at Dirt Perfect's actually been using these for a while, so I don't have any affiliation with this company. I did reach out to them. They really wasn't doing anything at the time, so went ahead and bought all these. I got, how many we got, Hunter? 10? 10 or so, yeah. Got 10 of these things. Hunter will show you how they work. They just use a 14mm driver. We're actually loosening them all up, so they'll be ready for next time. They're all cranked in right now, so as simple as drills on high speed. When you get them torqued down, you can put them on low speed. So I've got these are rated for 3/8. They're 1/2 inch, 3/8 to 1/2 inch, which I think 1/2 inch working loads, yeah, 9,200 pounds. So I normally keep a lot of 3/8 chains on here. I actually got some 5/16 ones too, grade 70s. Sometimes they're just on skid steers and smaller stuff, but I did step up to some bigger 1/2 inch chains. If you guys know anything about the DOT laws, you have to have half the weight and chain rating of whatever the machine weighs. So like at 700 over there weighs like 30,000 pounds. That means you have to have 15,000 pounds of chain rating. So we get some heavier stuff, some 850s or something we haul like that on here. We can get that rating up a little higher with this 1/2 inch chain that way. So all grade 70 chain. I actually have some higher grade military chains in here. I've got some grade 80 chains, a couple of them. That gets your rating up a little bit too. So right now we're actually digging out all the old binders, snap binders. We need to keep this on her. It's my snatch block for my winch up there. We'll show them that too. So we've got 10 new speed binders. We've got probably 4 or 5 snap binders we're going to keep to keep in mind. I buy a lot of stuff at auctions, equipment, so I don't know whether I'm getting 4 little pieces or 1 big piece, so I got to keep a lot of binders and chains and stuff like that all the time to keep those tied down. So we'll start with the trailer. Hunter, you want to go ahead and put all those binders up? I've got 2 chain compartments here. I usually keep all my stuff in. I had this trailer custom built. This trailer I think is a 2018. It's built by a company called Trail Eze out in South Dakota. I had an earlier version of Trail Eze I bought from the auctions in state Indiana. Pretty handy little trailers. It's rated at 35 tons. This trailer is actually 50 foot long. I had it built 50 foot long. All my buildings, including this building, is 72 foot deep. The shed I park this in at home, 72 foot deep. Our old shop is 72 foot deep. And this rig overall is like 70 foot, 71 foot. So actually will fit inside this building with the door shut, and that's it. So that's the reason I didn't go with the 53 foot trailer. My old one was 48 foot, so got this one 50 foot since it matched all my buildings and stuff. It's got 10 foot of upper flat. One thing it has here, a lot of you guys have seen the videos, this actually is a hydraulic ramp. It actually folds up here. So you've got a nice transition going up to this spot here. Makes it pretty handy. You want to load a skid steer, mini excavator, or truck or something like that on here. You guys have seen me use that many times. I've also got a 20,000 pound hydraulic winch up here. Got more storage compartments here. Usually keep my straps and stuff up here. This trailer here is full hydraulic, so I've got 2 wet lines going on there. I've got a PTO and a wet kit on the truck. I don't have any separate pony motors, nothing like that. So it's got stake pockets every 2 foot. I've also got these ratchet straps spaced on the trailer. So if you was to take a mirror image on the other side of the trailer, I've actually got a ratchet strap here. So it's actually a ratchet binder strap thing here. Every 2 foot, they're just staggered on each side of the trailer. So like I said, there's one in the middle there that's directly on the other side of the trailer. So had that built up. My old trailer had those on there. Kind of handy when we haul some certain things. You can throw the straps on there. I believe they actually call those winches, but I've got a winch every 2 foot. Like I say, they're staggered on the other side. I'm running 17.5 tires. That keeps my deck height down to 36 inches or 3 foot. That's real popular. A lot of the equipment is built so it's 10 foot 6 tall. Our legal limit here in the US is 13.6 on at least the east side of the Mississippi anyway. Like that 850 sitting in that thing is 10 foot 6 tall. So when I put it on my 3 foot tall trailer, it's 13.6, my legal limit. A lot of stuff's manufactured like that. You can get these with the bigger low profile 22.5. Set your deck up about 40 inches and that gets you over height there a little bit. I got the 17.5. This is actually upgraded with the heavier duty Michelin's. All 8 of these all together is rated to carry like 45,000 pounds, just a little bit over. So a lot of your normal 17.5 tires are just rated right around 35,000 pounds, which that is your legal limit when they're spaced together like that. If you notice, this trailer is actually cut out here. The reason I had that built custom too, I can actually spread this axle out to, I think it's like a 10'2" spacing or something like that. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, but whenever you space your axles out like that, they will give you 40,000 pounds when your axles are spaced out. Right now we can only get 34,000. You can still only have 80,000 on your gross, but when you space these apart, they'll give you 40,000 there. So if anybody's using these trailers, you will know that it's pretty easy to overload the back of these trailers. It's pretty heavy back here with all hydraulic cylinders and stuff, and it's just a lot hard to get weight up front there. So you'll see me sometimes, I'll have that axle spread forward. The reason for that is I'm probably overloaded, so we're sitting at 40,000 pounds there. But most of the time I like to keep them close together. It makes turning a lot easier. You're not dragging tires sideways and stuff too. So got flip out lights for my oversized lights there. Nice and handy when you're hauling oversized loads. Got tread plates on the back. We're always carrying dozers, excavators, that kind of stuff. So that makes that handy when pulling the big stuff on there. The decking is actually what they call amputung, I believe is how it's pronounced. I'm not sure. It's a super dense wood. If you look, there's no knots or anything like that in it. It's super strong wood, supposed to last a long time. So all your DOT lighting and all that stuff back here. So you guys have seen plenty of videos of this thing working. I'll throw some clips in here, but this is what they call a Rin Tail trailer. So you see this little tail here? I guess it's what they call like a Rin Tail on a bird. That actually, you can lift this tail up, it hinges right there. That Rin Tail folds out, makes you a nice ramp going out there, about a 10 foot, 12 foot long ramp. So again, we got the winches. They're sitting opposite the ones on the other side. This trailer's all air ride suspension. We can lower the air down if we need to. We usually always lower the air down when we load or unload. It just makes the deck lower and takes the load off everything. So some of the stickers and stuff on the side about sliding the axles forward, all that good stuff. It's not something I do too often, but it is handy. You always want to slide your axles when there's no weight on there. Once you get weight on there, they won't slide in there as easy. So another chain box there. Got these side steps pull out. It's kind of handy getting up on the trailers too sometimes. Pull out like that. So that's our Milwaukee drill we got. Actually got Milwaukee has a cigarette lighter charger for their M18 M12 batteries, so that'd be handy to keep that. I'm gonna keep that in the truck to keep charged up for those speed binders. So up here we got a whole fleet of levers going on. They've got their own diagram. I kind of made my stuff. Up here's a little more simpler because that's kind of, you gotta sit there and stare at it. So that one basically locks that Rin Tail in so it can't come out. This one makes your Rin Tail go in and out. Main tail goes up. This one here says ramp. That's actually this right here, it ramps up. Then you got winch in and out. I actually have a remote control for that winch also, so I can be in something with the remote control and activate that that lever there. Just got regular mechanical jacks on there, regular screw 2-speed jacks. You can get hydraulic jacks on these trailers. Just some more weight and stuff I don't need to add. You guys have seen in the past probably me checking weights. I've got scales on my trailer axles back here, so that's what all this stuff is. It will actually read the weight out there on the scale. So I got a little headache rack on the front of the trailer. So I've got pressure and return line on the hydraulics there. Everything else is pretty much standard trailer stuff. So yeah, Mitchell, South Dakota. This is a 2018 trailer. All right, up here in the truck. The truck is a 2016 Peterbilt 389. Has a shorter hood on it. Kept it short because they're always in tight places and everything else. These roads are curvy. You guys have seen my videos and stuff. They make a longer hood version. I think it's like 7 or 9 inches longer. Special ordered this truck in late 2015. I ordered it as a glider truck. So if you guys don't know what glider means, that term applies to basically it's just a cab and chassis. There's no engine, drivetrain, or axles. So Peterbilt actually made these without the engine and transmission in them. I ordered it with the axles, actually reman axles. I actually stopped the glider market, I think in around 2020. EPA finally shut them down. The big thing about the glider truck is we've got a pre-emissions Cat motor in there. There's no emissions whatsoever in that thing. The engine's actually a 1999 year model Cat. So there's another big thing there. If you guys know about the electronic logbook thing, any truck 2000 or newer has to have electronic logbooks in it. So being this truck has a 99 motor in it, it's exempt for all that stuff. I'm also exempt because I don't run that many times a month over my window of miles. But anyway, it's always nice to have that in our back pocket. So I actually ordered a motor and stuff out of a company in Oregon, had a complete kit. Like I say, I bought the truck. It was just a rolling chassis, and I put in a C15 Cat. We'll show you that here in a second. It's got a Eaton Fuller 18-speed double over transmission in it, but it's rated at 550 horse. I've left it all stock. It's not turned up or anything right now. It pulls excellent, so we'll show you that here in a second. It's got Eaton 40,000-pound rears on air ride suspension. Thought about going a little heavier in that stuff. The problem is you get too heavy and I can't scale anything hauling out. So I believe the truck is like a 225-inch wheelbase. That's from that front tire to the center of the tandems is where they measure that at. We got 2 fuel tanks on here. I can carry about 150 gallons of fuel. If you notice, this one here is actually split. They did that at the factory at Peterbilt. So that front compartment actually has my hydraulic oil in it for my wet kit for my trailer and stuff. So this back 2/3 is actually diesel fuel, and then on the other side it's the same size tank that is all diesel. So that'll allow me to run all day. I can get depends what I'm doing. If I'm loaded, I can get 600-700 miles out of a tank. Empty, I can go over 1,000 miles or so pretty easy. So got a little step toolbox there. Ordered this truck with the window in it, in the side and the back. It's got like a 36-inch sleeper in it. Again, trying to keep it short, lightweight. Got the stainless steel air cleaners. Got I actually just put this on not too long ago. Oversized load sign. It's actually magnetic. Actually will flip down. So if you're running out of state, you can flip that down if you don't have oversized permit. I keep a yearly oversized permit in Indiana that allows me to travel anywhere except inside I-465 up and around Indianapolis. So there's another fuel tank. It's all complete one piece there. So got a little door on this side of the sleeper cab. Keep some extra stuff in there. We got some auction papers in there. Probably need to throw it away, Hunter, from the last auction we was at. Keep extra signs, jump pack, that kind of stuff. Got some tools and stuff over there. We'll go ahead and pop the hood on this dude. We got I believe those are 7-inch stacks. There's actually, believe it or not, there's actually a baffle inside there, a muffler. It's the only type of muffler I got in this thing. So all right, Hunter's gonna pop the hood on there. We'll flip the sign down so it don't hit when you open it. Go ahead and open her up, Hunter. So this has a C15 Caterpillar engine. The designation is the 6NZ. It's probably one of the more, go ahead, Hunter, one of the more popular, well-known engines, but it's a big old engine, single turbo. The later ones had dual turbos and stuff on them, had some issues and stuff like that. So but yeah, it's a big old motor. I think it's like a 903 cubic inches or something like that. But it's a pretty good size engine, but pretty simple. You don't see all the emissions, none of that stuff on there. It's not all loaded up. You can actually still work on it. But like I said, it's a 1999 year model engine. It's a big old motor, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
That thing pulls very, very well down the road, as you guys seen. You don't appreciate it till you get a lot of weight on it, and it doesn't even phase it at all. So up in the truck, pretty simple. I didn't get the super fancy interior. I got vinyl floor mats. I am in and out of auctions all the time, so I'll show you some stuff in here. Got a little sleeper cab going on there. You guys seen me driving this truck a few times, but there's a shifter. You guys don't know how these Eaton transmissions work. They're all kind of based on the same gear pattern. Get up in here. So you can drive this truck two different ways. There's several different ways you can drive this transmission, but you can run it as like a regular 8-speed if you want to. So basically this has 4 gears in it. You can split that. Then you can actually split each individual gear. So you got a high and low range on your 4 gears, and then you can split each gear on an 18-speed in between, so you can see all those numbers and stuff on there. So you can drive it like an 8-speed if you want to take off first, second, third, fourth, flip that up going 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or you have the ability, like I say, you can split each gear independently that way too. So you'll see the high low on there. Hopefully that makes some sense. There's a lot of videos, I'm sure, on shifting these. I do not use a clutch to shift at. If you guys seen any videos, I always just float the gears in between, get your RPM set right. And actually, when you split the gears, all you gotta do is let off the throttle, bump that forward, and it will shift into the other gear there. But whenever you pull out and make a complete gear change, you've got to let off the throttle. So this transmission has a 400 RPM range without splitting a gear. So if a guy was going, say, from 3rd to 4th, you'd have to rev this truck up to 1600. If you rev it up to 1500, it's going to fall back in at 1100. So you got a 400 RPM range. Now if you split in your gear, it actually splits it in half, so you only got a 200 RPM range. So this truck actually governs out at 2100 RPM. I very seldom ever run it against that high. This motor is so big and stuff, normally I'm revving it up to about 1500 and shifting it. It's going to fall down to about 1100, and you go again. That's what makes these things last forever in that aspect of it. So your smaller motors, you'll see the guys wrapping those things on up, but the power band in this motor is down really low, and like I say, it's such a big motor, it doesn't need to work that hard. So a lot of times I'm just splitting gears. I'll run it up to 1500, split that gear, and you'll fall back in 1300, and you're off trucking again. So that's why it sounds like it's not working very hard at all. So I had this truck loaded up with a whole bunch of gauges and stuff. Got all kinds of gauges over here. I got my suspension load. That's basically the load on the shut this door here. That's the load on the airbags in the back. So I know at about 65 psi, that's my legal limit on my airbags back here, and with my 34,000 pounds. So I got turbo pressure there, engine oil temperature. I got transmission temperature. I got my front drive axle, rear drive axle temp, brake pressure when we put the brakes on. I got an amp meter gauge, barometer gauge, and I got all kinds. I got 2 air brake gauges over here, another fuel gauge, voltmeter gauge, coolant, and oil pressure. So had it filled full of gauges. I got all kinds of switches. Got a bunch of extra switches over here if you want to add anything onto it in the future. So have this truck set up with differential locks, full locking main diff. So most of your trucks are really only going to pull on one wheel all the time back here, even though there's four drive tires back. There's actually 8, but they're only going to pull on one hub most of the time. So you flip this lever, it's actually interlock. It actually will lock both axles together, so you'll pull on one tire on one axle and one on the other axle. I also have another one here. I can lock all 8 tires together, so we're pulling, and when we do that, it's only going to go straight. This truck will not hardly turn because they're all locked together. So definitely want to have lockers on a truck with air ride for sure. And the old Max and stuff with the spring suspension, they get around a lot better twisting off the road and stuff. So, but radio, cruise, all that good stuff. A lot of people notice I got this extra switch over here. That's actually my Jake brake. I have my Jake brake hooked in here. I'll just run it with my pinky going down the road. The original switch is right here, and I actually have it on. It stays on all the time. You got a low, medium, high on there. I usually leave it on high all the time. So I actually have a wire going from this switch coming all the way back up in here, and basically I'm just breaking that wire right here. So it makes it super handy. You don't have to reach down there, pay attention to what you're doing, all that good stuff. So power windows, all that good stuff. Got my truck parking, trailer brake, air there. Got matching seats, air ride, a little bed back here. Pretty simple. CB radio up there, so not nothing too fancy. But we got plenty of gauges and all that good stuff going on here, so I think that's about it on the truck here. So I got my PTO here, hydraulic air pack. That kicks my PTO in there. That actually turns my hydraulics on. I've got that system set up so if I want to pull a dump trailer, that will actually operate a dump trailer also. So we'll just be using the one line. And I also keep dump trailer connections on here. I think they're a little less messier than the quick couplers and stuff like that. So I think that's about it on the old truck. So got everything covered. I do have a heavier load range Michelin tires I'm running on these here too. This truck's got like 85,000 miles on it currently right now. I don't drive it a whole lot. It gets like 10 or 12,000 miles a year. So but I do keep a heavier ply rating than your normal commercial truck tires. The reason I do that, a lot of times I get some overweight loads, and the DOT always goes off the weight rating on the tires. So you always got to make sure you can't overweight your tires, or whatever your tires are rated at. That's the max you can haul with the overweight permit. So you guys also probably seen some videos. I do have another trailer. I have an RGN 53-foot RGN triaxle trailer, Etnar. We've seen that in a few videos, but I get some time, maybe we'll do a quick walk around on that. So hopefully that answers a lot of questions people got on my truck. So I think that's about it. What do you think, Hunter?
Yeah.
That's it. So I usually change oil about every 10,000 miles in this dude, which is about, like I say, once a year. Grease it all up. So Randy's got it all cleaned up, looking good. So I thought it'd be a good time to do a video. And we just got those speed binders in that I ordered like 3 months ago. So can't be in a hurry for anything right now. So we're gonna get this hood shut down. If you guys like the video, definitely give me a thumbs up. Hopefully you like the walk around. I know you've seen the trailer and stuff in action, but for sure, if you guys want to keep seeing more videos of the old truck and stuff, I know a lot of people like it, definitely let me know, and we will see you guys next time.